The armory has become a premise of false compassion. In the way we are addressing the homeless, it's false compassion. The true compassionate thing is to start enforcing the laws of this city. The true compassionate thing is to arrest people who are using drugs on our streets. The true compassionate thing is to get them off the streets and get them in a jailhouse so they can get a bed to sleep in and a warm meal in their stomach. That's the compassionate thing, is to break the chain of abuse. That's the compassionate thing, is to start enforcing the laws and supporting the law-abiding, tax-paying.
Hello everyone, this is Damon and Austin right here.
Hello.
We're the Revoletariat, two-thirds of it. We're sitting here outside City Hall, we're sitting here in Centennial Park and kind of reflecting on some of the commentary made by our mayor.
As many of you know, here in Porterville, we do have a large homeless population. This has really come to a head in the last few years with the flood that happened and having to move people out of the river. Like Mayor Meister said, having to move people from Porterville College as well when that shelter no longer became available, and opening up the armory. But the thing about the armory being a false sense of compassion is completely inaccurate, because that has given them shelter, that has given them a place to be during the cold, that has given them a place to be during the day, that has given them access to some resources that can actually help. But criminalizing poverty doesn't help anyone. Not everyone who is homeless is on drugs. Not everyone who is is homeless is because of mental health issues. There are some people that have just gotten so down on their luck, they are not able to make it in a system where it's getting increasingly harder and harder and harder to make it. And to make that in itself a crime, to assert that homeless people are, ruining our city when we could be just putting in the resources to help them. For a long time now, the city of Porterville has needed a homeless shelter, and ignoring the problem of homelessness, closing the armory where they were getting some support, is not going to make the issue go away. I don't think you're not going to be able to criminalize all these people. Being homeless in and of itself is not a crime. We have to be able to take care of each other, and a wrong shake of the dice and any of us could be in that position where we're unhoused, where we're dealing with the things that people in our city deal with on the daily, things that we can't even comprehend. But to speak about the homeless the way that the mayor has done, it just completely shows a lack of common decency and a lack of viewing the homeless as humans, which they are. They are humans, and they just need support and they just need help. And shutting out the one area they had for support is not going to help them. All right, to be clear, I don't know what the clear path is to address homelessness. I just know that closing the one area where they're actually helping and making a difference in Porterville and reducing all those funds, getting rid of it completely, is not going to solve the issue. The issue is still going to be there. As I said, you cannot jail people for simply being impoverished. And it seems like he's going to try, though. But we have to remember in times like these, it's important that we stand together as a community and practice a little bit of empathy, practice a little bit of concerning ourselves with what is happening to people around us. We need to, treat homeless people like we would want to be treated. That's the bottom line. We cannot allow this disgraceful situation to continue. Obviously, we're going to need a long-term solution like a homeless shelter. But whatever long-term solution there is, that's something we can talk about as a community. But guarantee you, nothing is going to get solved by closing that armory where they're actually helping homeless people. And we need to really think about what we're prioritizing in this city if we can't even have humanity to give human beings a place to sleep and be comfortable, sheltered, what are we really doing?
We feel like the armory wasn't enough. We think that there's something cruel about the entirety of the fucking Tulare County being boarded up, rundown businesses. Nobody's doing anything with any of these businesses. Half of these rundown businesses in Main Street. And we still have all these homeless people out here. We have rundown entire motels that we're not doing anything with. Don't plan on doing anything with. What does the mayor plan on doing once this armory is shut down? Does he have another thing in his head about it? About this homeless? Is it just jail? Is it just Bob Wiley's? That's not a solution. Fuck no, that's not a solution. That's not a fucking solution. And, you know, we don't even have a VA building here. And they got all these banners of all these dead and fallen soldiers that have fought in all these fucking wars. People from our county. We're more interested in putting up these banners than putting a VA building here. Fuck that. Don't insult my intelligence like that. You know, I was living in Motel 6 in 2010. And I was a kid. We were hitting up food banks. We were doing all of that. And I had to do all of that all over again as an adult. Very recently. Because a landlord wanted to cut corners, wiring electricity, and our fucking roof got caught on fire. And there's no resources for the homeless. I had to rely on, you know, people that were not involved with the city to get the resources I needed to survive. You know, like granted we had food stamps and stuff, but if it weren't for like the Native Americans or the Central Valley Empowerment Alliance giving us food when we were fucking living in Paul Bunyan, we'd be fucked. That armory isn't enough. And he wants to cut that down too. Fuck that. We're the Revoletariat. God fucking damn it, Greg Meister, you've pissed me off. And we are going to make your life very, very uncomfortable and very inconvenient. We are going to use the platform that we have to make sure that everyone knows that you're a dick, bro.